HP EliteBooks are aimed at power users looking for the best performance, build quality and ergonomic design. The 14-inch HP EliteBook 845G7 seems to tick all these boxes, packing dominant AMD hardware into a lightweight chassis. Can it conquer the business sub-notebook category? Let's find out. The 845G7 is a typical EliteBook design, made of aluminium with a solid silver-colour chassis construction. There's absolutely no flex on the keyboard deck and decent protection on the display lid. The single hinge is firm and smooth, allowing you to open the lid with one hand. For peace of mind, the 845G7 has passed 12 military standard 810H testing, plus an additional 120,000 hours of reliability testing through HP's total test process. At 1.34 kilograms or 2.96 pounds, the 845G7 is not the lightest or slimmest 14-inch laptop on the market, but you can see HP have placed durability and stability as a priority. To open the bottom cover, loosen the 5 captive Phillips screws and carefully lift up the cover from the chassis. Remove the EMI shielding on the 2 memory modules and M.2 SSD to upgrade these components. The 53 watt-hour battery is removable as well. The star of the show is the AMD Ryzen 7 Pro 4750U, beating inside the EliteBook 845G7. Running at a base clock of 1.7 GHz up to 4.1 GHz max boost clock, 8 cores with 16 threads. TDP is 15 to 25 watts. The Pro part of the processor name offers a range of business features like hardware security, for example AMD Memory Guard, manageability, longer availability and software stability. Cinebench R23 shows a score of 7,131 points on multi-core and 1,155 points on single-core, rendering more scenes than the i7 1185G7 with less power. Superposition gives a benchmark result of 1,655 points. 3D Mark results show a CPU score of 6,042 and a graphics score of 989. Geekbench 5 produces 1010 in single core and 5913 in multi-core. The equivalent 10th gen Intel processors are left with dust by the AMD Renoir Zen 2 architecture. In general benchmark scores, the AMD Ryzen 7 4750U gives the 45 watt Intel processors a serious run for their money. It's not far behind the full-fat Intel i9 10885H when you consider the 4750U is designed as a battery-efficient processor. On this test model with 16GB of DDR4 memory and Samsung 256GB PCIe NVMe M.2 SSD, the EliteBook ate everything thrown at it for breakfast. Whether you're working with Office apps, multiple Chrome tabs, YouTube or Spotify streaming, it stays snappy and quick. Even working on Adobe Creative Cloud tasks like Photoshop or Premiere Pro, the Ryzen 7 was a beast. For example, 11-minute 4K 60 video encoded in less than 36 minutes on Adobe Premiere Pro. The cooling fan during general use remains silent, even when taxed during video encoding for example. The fan stays fairly quiet, making it suitable for noise-sensitive locations. HP has also done a remarkable job to keep the otherwise hot CPU under control. The excellent cooling system of the EliteBook keeps heat rising from idle by about 30 Celsius, leaving the top of the keyboard and bottom vent with a temperature of 51 to 53 Celsius, warm but not uncomfortable to use on your lap. The 14-inch Full HD IPS display has a bright 1000 nits with HP SureView integrated privacy screen on this review model. Black levels and contrast are generally good, and its high brightness makes it perfect for outdoor usage on the matte screen. HP SureView protects sensitive information visible on your computer screen by making it difficult for onlookers to view from the other sides. A press of the function key turns it on and off, perfect for situations like a crowded train or aeroplane. A downside of SureView is viewing angles are limited compared to a normal IPS panel. Color accuracy is rated at 72% NTSC, but it can look washed out depending on the angle you're viewing from. On the left we have a nano security lock, 2 USB 3.1 Gen 1 Type A ports, one with charging, a headphone microphone combo jack and a smart card reader. On the right we have a power connector, HDMI 2.0 port, 2 USB 3.1 Gen 2 Type C ports and an optional nano SIM card slot. Wireless connectivity is taken care of by the Intel Wi-Fi 6 AX200 2x2 and Bluetooth 5 combo card. Wi-Fi 6 speeds were excellent during our testing with a Unify Wi-Fi 6 wireless access point. Bluetooth connections were reliable with a mouse or keyboard. The full-size keyboard on the EliteBook 845 is a joy to type on, one of the better keyboards out there. Nicely spaced out keys, tactile feel and a quiet typing action allowing you to use the 845G7 in a library. If you are the clumsy type, the keyboard is spill resistant with a drain hole underneath the vent cover. The keys have 2-level backlighting, perfect for dark working environments. The ClickPad has a smooth large glass surface with multi-touch gestures enabled. The 2 buttons are integrated into the ClickPad and worked well during testing. Microsoft Precision drivers ensure an accurate finger gesture experience. The EliteBook also includes a track point above the ClickPad with 2 physical buttons. The trackpad takes a little getting used to at the beginning, but you soon naturally switch between the track point and ClickPad depending on your habits. The 2 physical buttons are quiet in operation. Audio is tuned by Bang & Olufsen, offering dual stereo speakers located either side of the keyboard. The sound is good for video calling along with the 3 multi-array microphones, less so with movie watching or Spotify music streaming. It's above average in audio quality but lacking bass and has moderate volume levels. The 720p HD webcam is surrounded by an ambient light sensor and IR camera for face authentication with Windows Hello. The webcam is the usual fare, below average in video quality with washed out colours. The Ryzen 7 Pro 4750U APU also integrates a Radeon RX Vega 7 graphics card with 7 CUs clocked at up to 1600 MHz. The GPU benefits from fast dual-channel DDR4 3200 RAM to boost performance. In 3D Mark 11 benchmark scores, the Vega 7 consistently beats the i7 Intel Iris Xe and is on par with the GeForce MX 250 GPU. The EliteBook comes with a wealth of security features, partly thanks to the AMD Pro processor. AMD Memory Guard defends against cold boot attacks with real-time encryption and decryption of the system's memory. The AMD Secure processor has a TPM 2.0 chip, and AMD Secure Boot helps prevent threats from reaching critical software. On the hardware front, we have HP SureView that produces a copper reflective finish when the screen is viewed from the side, making it appear unreadable just by pressing a key. Unlock your laptop with Windows Hello facial authentication using the IR camera, and of course there's a fingerprint sensor for logging into websites with a swipe of your finger. A smart card reader gives your corporate users another method to authenticate security logins. The HP privacy camera has a physical shutter to protect from malicious surveillance, and HP SureStart Gen 6 protects your BIOS with self-healing technology. The battery inside the 845G7 is a 3-cell 53 Wh lithium-ion battery with brightness down to 50% and better battery option. I managed to get 10 plus hours of video playback. General office activities such as browsing, email and Word expect 9 plus hours. Under heavy load, the battery life went down to 2 to 3 hours. The EliteBook supports HP Fast Charge up to 50% in 30 minutes with the slim 65 watt AC adapter. 3 pros and cons before buying the HP EliteBook 845G7. Stunning performance. AMD Renoir CPUs are outperforming the Intel options by a wide margin. To see this strong computing performance in the sub-notebook category is even more amazing. Long battery life. If you need a laptop to last more than a day's worth of activities, the 845G7 easily manages this. Bonus is a 30 minutes fast charge to carry on for another 5 or 6 hours usage. Upgrade options. HP have made maintenance and upgrade options on the EliteBook as simple as using a small crosshead screwdriver. Memory, SSD and battery are all removable, refreshing in this world of soldered on components. No Thunderbolt 3. There is still no Thunderbolt 3 or even 4 for this AMD generation. Shame if you need the Thunderbolt 3 40 gigabits per second data transfer speeds for your workflow or the full speed out of Thunderbolt 3 docking stations. Thankfully, there's 2 USB-C connectors with DisplayPort. Viewing angles. HP SureView is a great feature if you work with sensitive information on a daily basis. However, the colours look washed out from certain angles with SureView. For the rest of us, go for the fantastic 400 nit display option. No SD card reader. If you copy across files from your digital camera, you will probably need a SD card reader. Yes, you could get around it by using a card adapter or even Wi-Fi transfer, but sometimes it's faster to pop out the card and slot in. The EliteBook 845G7 is probably the fastest 14-inch business premium laptop with a Ryzen 7 Pro processor beating in its heart. It simply outclasses the top models from Intel and more, offering one of the best price-performance ratios you can spend your money on. In addition, it offers rock-solid workmanship, great battery run times, a low noise level when typing and clicking, superb security features and excellent maintenance options. However, it doesn't quite manage to achieve a perfect score because of the SureView display. If you want a deeper and color accurate display, go for the 400 nit option with superior viewing angles. Overall, the HP EliteBook 845G7 is simply one of the best business ultrabooks on the market, thanks to the awesome AMD Ryzen 7 Pro 8-core processor. What do you guys think? Leave your comments and discuss below. Hope you guys enjoyed the review of the HP EliteBook 845G7 laptop. Please click on the like button if you enjoyed this review video and subscribe if you would like to watch more of our tech videos. Thanks for watching. Cheers.